This is the entrance to Wheal, Mexico. Wheal, Mexico is a 300 years old mine, and it has very little in the way of connections to geevor. We usually give a demonstration of hand drilling here and explain that the miners used, feathers as fuses before safety fuses were invented, and how they used black powder for the hole, and how they actually cut the fuse off the feather, filled it with black powder and made it up into a fuse. They obviously drilled a 4-foot hole into the granite, put the fuse in, black powder around it, some slime in the top to seal the fuse. Then it was a case of light it and retire immediately, because there's no indication of exactly how long that fuse will burn for. It could be a minute, 2 minutes, whatever. So they would literally light the fuse and get away from it.
Not like a modern fuse is, foot a minute.
Yeah. Well, that's what we keep saying. I mean, the Cyril said safety fuses were invented was 1830.
1800 Camborne man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I believe?
Yes. Oh, in a small village there. And this is the dry stone wall entrance. There's no cement actually holding it up at all. It's just you put the rock together with a form. Take the form away and the ground above presses down and holds it together by pressure. It's a very strong and very old method of building. In the lead mines in the northeast, in the Pennines, this is quite normal. Instead of using wood as support, you use brick. It's a very strong type of building. And you say with no cement or concrete, it's very cheap and economical. Mind your head. Yeah. I keep telling people, mind your head in this part, and I always bang my head as well.
The corners are born short, you see.
Yeah. The average was 5 feet.
Surprised.
This part, we're going into the solid hard granite. But it's also very wet from now on. That part there, you see, that's actually copper.
Yeah, I can see that.
Leaching out of the ground. I often think that this must be a copper level, rather than tin. That they were working on copper here.
Quite often the copper used to follow the tin as well.
Yeah. Well, I was told copper appears in the top levels of the mine.
I think about 4 feet high.
Something like that. Well, this is the shallow adit. There's an adit at 300 feet, which obviously called the deep adit. This is a shallow one for draining the upper sections of the mine. It's hard ground, but there's a lot of slime in that here.
Of course, we aren't very far underground now, are we, Jim?
No, we're quite close to the surface. The surface, obviously, we don't go underground, or we don't go down. We actually stay quite level, because it's the ground above our head that's going up. This is Mexico shaft. It's the haulage shaft. If you look at that level there, you can actually see the mineral road the miner worked on. So as he's digging this shaft, it's paved itself.
Follow the load.
Yes. It's also the load behind us. You can see it there. So that's the reason why it'll be so wide. It follows the load as he goes down. As you can see, it goes down. It goes down 300 feet to the deep adit.
Both all hand-written?
Yes. It's all hand-written, yeah.
Because when I was at Geevor, Deep side went 2,000 feet.
Yeah. Well, if you imagine trying to drill, well, I was told it would take 6 to 7 hours to drill a 4-foot hole in granite because they haven't tungsten tips, so it's just a steel
Sharp
drill.
steel, that's it.
And that's the kibble. This was used to hold the rock to the surface with a horse wheel.
Of course, they were curved, so when it bumped, it was right over the bump.
You know, if it went up, if it was square, it would tip.
That's it.
So it's curved, so it would glance up.
Right over the bumps.
Yeah. Kibble, I believe, comes from the German kugel.
Oh.
It's one of the German words that came in. The road actually continued this way. This goes to the ladder way. This is the miner's entrance. You know, the ladder's going up to the surface. Yep. And you know, it would continue down to the bottom of the shaft. And say, if you were working in Levant or somewhere, that could be 2,000 feet. Whew. It'll take you, an hour to climb down, and then up to 2 hours or so to climb out. Plus, you've got to walk
to your workplace.
To where you're going to work, which could be half a mile away.
And you didn't get paid until you got to your workplace.
Nope, you only paid for the rock you're breaking. I mean, you can imagine this wood being rotten.
Oh,
rungs being missing.
Oh yeah.
You're going to fall, what, 12 feet between solars? From up there to here.
And candle power, of course.
Yeah. I mean, you'd stick the candle on your tub and
bit of clay.
Away you went. The deeper you go, the hotter it's going to get. 2,000 feet, is it 30 degrees?
Maybe.
So down there, down there. It's not very nice. And you'd send 9-year-old boys down here as well. They're the ones carrying the rock, the hand barrows. Now the load the miner worked on finished there.
Yes, I can see that.
So what he's done is dug this area, which is the crosscut. He's gone searching for the next load of minerals. And the miner digging this would be, I believe, a tooth worker. He's paid by the fathom. Whereas a tribute worker is paid by the mineral rock. Because there's no minerals here, you can't pay him by the rock he sends to the surface. Because there's no tin in it.
Oh, tin, dead.
Yeah, so he's paid per fathom. So he'd be a tooth worker.
Gosh, the cross cuts are always straight. Or pretty well straight.
Yeah. And they try to follow the laws. There's a lot of iron oxide in this area. See here.
Yeah, we can see it there, yeah.
Now the crosscut continued on that way.
Yeah.
But when he came to this point, it's very poor, you can hardly see it, it's actually there.
I can see it there.
There's a mineral load going in.
I see it.
At this point it's very poor. But once he'd gone inside it became very rich. And he stoped it out. And there's an indication in here to show you.
Of course, stoping means, gents, when they mine the ground out between levels.
Yes. Well, there's a diagram there which shows you the stope. You work out the top section, then you work out the next section, and so on. So you just continue following the mineral down. So
another shaft above a red Jim.
That's the shaft there, yeah. That's rock shaft.
Ah, right.
And of course, behind these wood, it would normally be empty.
Yeah.
Because it's the wood's put in to stop anything falling on your head. And if you look up there, you can see more copper.
Yes, I can see it up there.
That's the stope, that's all empty ground he's mined out. And as we go along, you can see the width of the load.
Yep.
And how he's going to go down. Obviously, we put the metal floor in.
Make it just level.
Because the miners removed the floor.
That's right.
He just kept going down and down.
It was a payable load, so they mined it out.
Yeah. But it's making money, as you say. And here we have, evidence of, again,
Copper there, I can see it there, yes.
It's just leaching out, it's coming all over the place. Might be best to go sideways through
Yes.
this. You can actually, you know, if this was any deeper, a couple of 100 feet down, there'd be very poor air because there's no forced ventilation. Because there's no gas.
That's right.
There's no need for it.
No blasting, of course, in those days.
So the air condition, the deeper you go, is going to get worse. You step down. This is the deepest part of the mine. This is the new extension. It was opened in 2011. You know, all this is put in to stop anything falling down.
Stabilise
And
it.
it also indicates, you know, where you would put beds.
Yeah.
Instead of sending it to the surface,
It's stored away down
you
here.
store it way down there. That's where the level continues, through there. Obviously we can't go that way.
Any idea how far it goes, Jim?
We don't.
Ah.
It could go a mile, it could go as far as the main road.
Time will tell, maybe.
Yeah, you'd have to take that down and go exploring. We think it goes quite a way, but we don't know. But we do know that when they reopened this part of the mine, they found a small winch there.
Ah, right. Let's see here.
And that's the wet side. If you look there,
Yes, that's
there's
all
edge,
edge.
and there's edge you put in that side.
Yes, I can see it there.
And we think what they've done is put a beam across with a wheel on.
Ah, right, yeah.
And the winch, there's a winch below our feet,
Ah, right.
you know, going downwards. So they've been hauling the rock up to here,
Ah, right.
rather than, well, I mean, they've gone down, we don't know how far that way.
Yeah.
So rather than take the rock all the way along there, they're lifting it to here. We're going to take it out that way.
A shorter way.
Yeah. You know, it's easier.
Of course it is.
But you can imagine that conditions there with the water coming in. You know, there's a drill there. That's where it's going to be working, in those
Lovely.
conditions. Plus you're going to have temperatures, because the deeper it goes. Lack of air, when he's got to drill his holes there.
Mm.
The one advantage of that exit, or that level, is that the road went higher into the rock. So therefore, the actual height of the tunnel, of the level, is higher. You can walk upright. But, you know, they're only paid to take mineral out, so that defines the width and the height.
That's right, Jim.
So, I don't think we'll step too long in this section.
No,
because
isn't it
extremely
damp?
wet.
Slightly damp.
It's very wet. You can see, like there, see there?
Yeah,
And
drill
where
bar.
it's been drilling.
Just here.
Yes.
Everybody can see it there.
Obviously he's drilled into there and then blasted down. And you can see that's the load he worked on. Look, you can see it there.
Yes, I can see it there, Jim.
So that's what he was working on when he drove this level. That's what he was following. So as he's driving this, it's gone higher into the rock. So of course the level's higher. So, you know, that's what he's working in. And there's another drill.
Yes, I see it there. Yes, I see it.
And along here, you can see the level the load again.
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, you see coming along there?
That low, what they call the foot wall.
Yes. But that, you know, as he's drilling along, it's the width of the load. He takes out just enough to pay. It's pointless trying to take bare rock out because you get nothing for it.
Weight is worth nothing.
Yeah. And, I don't know if you can see it, but to give you an idea of the water coming in here, it's flowing like a river.
Yeah, I can see, yes, I can see it there.
They're coming up there. You know, it is very wet.
When I was on the Bernard Geevor, Jim, we had a local hanging wall vein.
Oh yeah.
And the vein used to lean at about 45 degrees. So you can imagine the fun they had drilling that.
Yeah.
You know, with a drilling machine.
Yes. But imagine drilling this by hand.
Lovely.
This is all hand drilled. So, you know, you've got to admire the worker.
Oh yeah.
To drill in little work in these conditions.
Wet through every
Wet
day.
well, yeah. Plus he's got maybe to walk from, I don't know, St. Just.
That's it.
You've got to walk to work. You climb down, you work underground all day, climb back out, and then walk home. So this is where we're coming to crosscut again. This is the other end of the crosscut. We were in, back there.
Yes, I can see it there,
It
yeah.
just continues along. He dug along to here. As he was digging that way, in the slope.
Yeah.
And then he found the load here and went that way.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if he's gone that way at all, but there is a shaft here as well, the old Mexico shaft.
Yes, under our feet here.
Yeah, and it's above our heads. Yeah. This one's had a lot of work done to it.
Yes, I can see that.
Concreted and things like that. So it's not very...
What it's called packing, Jim.
Yeah. I mean, Mexico, I don't know if this would have looked like Mexico shaft originally. As you can see, it's had a fair amount of work.
See, it's more kibble up there. Yeah, there's a kibble in front?
Yeah, well, no, it's a bucket that we use for hauling stuff out. But they had to make that safe, obviously, before
Yeah.
we could open it. But, you see the men working in there.
Oh.
Well, I'm 9-year-old boys.
I remember a place underground, Jim, called Sims Load, and in the winter months you had to put galvanised up so you could walk underneath.
Yeah.
It's so flaming wet.
Well, apparently that should have dried out, last summer.
Yeah.
There was that much rain, it just didn't.
Just carried on.
So the rain, we've had over the winter time, it's going to take a long time before
That's
it gives up. This is the morsel room. I think it's called morsel.
Yeah, morsel, that's it.
This is just, to give you an idea of what the miner took his meal in, his bed.
So there's tin there.
Yep. He's got his pipe. It's wood lined, so it is relatively dry.
Yeah.
But the miner's got to buy the wood.
Alright.
He has to buy this. He has to spend his own time. While he's digging that out,
Losing money.
he's losing money. And he would dig one of them as near to where he's working as he could, and then just advance.
On again.
You can imagine work. At least it's dry in there.
Yeah, at least it's
compared to
dry, that's right.
that tunnel we've come through would have been impossible to try and eat anything.
I wouldn't fancy it myself, I must admit.
No.
And here we are going out to the outside again. Slight
That's the
incline.
foam wall.
There we are.
I keep saying, I've got to admire the men who work down there, digging there, in all the conditions they're working in. Rain, sleet above,
Oh
and then
yeah.
we're going down there. We have actually got one group of visitors in the summer that live here.
Oh right.
They live there.
Oh, I saw. Oh yes,
Sold.
yes. I see a little bird's nest there. Yes.
They actually raised 6 chicks last year,
Oh, lovely.
2 groups of 3.
Brilliant.
So they come back. Well, I say they come back. They seem to come back every year, apparently.
Well, you don't mind visitors then?
No? Well, they can come and go when they want. So.
Well, turn off now.